So this might be a first. No, let me take that away. This is a first. So I have
Mm.
a special guest today, and my special guest, what's your name?
Ellie,
Ellie Kyles.
Mhm.
And how old are you, Ellie?
7
7. What grade does that put you in?
for second.
You're going into the second grade? Yeah. And who's your daddy?
Steve.
Steve Kyles. That's right.
Mm.
So, and I can see now where he gets his good looks from. It must be from you, right? Is that where he gets his good looks from you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, so Ellie, what do you think what do you think a loan officer does? So what do you think your dad does for a living?
I don't know.
Well, what do you think?
Um,
Like, what does he do all day?
talk to people.
He talks to people. That's right. And so a very dear friend of mine, I asked him one time, what's the highest and best use of your time? What are you doing? And you know what he told me?
What?
Talk to people. So that's what your dad does all the time. So let me ask you this. So is does what do you guys do on the weekends?
Um, sometimes we go to the condo and then
And the
What?
condo, is that the one that's on the lake? And you
And
and you have
what?
and you have a boat out there?
and once we went to Great Wolf Lodge and
did?
then
Yeah.
usually we go to my grandma's house
Yeah.
or Pine Cove, and then Daddy sometimes goes out of town, like he's going out of town this time, but
He comes down here to visit us down here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
it's usually it.
it's nice when dad's home on the weekend, isn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah. And would it be as good if he worked all weekend? Cause then you would
Oh, yeah?
cause then you wouldn't be able to go to the condo and you couldn't go to grandma's.
I would still be able to go to grandma's.
Oh, you'd just go without him.
Yeah.
No, I always go without him.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. So what do you guys do in the evenings?
Um, where?
Like when you're at home, like
Um,
what do y'all do in the evenings?
Daddy usually has his break, and I give him, I usually go outside and play with my brother in the pool,
Yeah.
or or I go find my mom, or I find my cat, or sit in the room with my grandma.
Yeah. And do y'all spend time out by the fire pit in the evenings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You enjoy that?
Yeah.
You get in the hot tub and we have good conversation. Yeah.
Yeah. And do y'all watch do y'all watch movies out there out by the fire pit? Do you watch
Yeah.
movies sometimes? Yeah.
Not movies, but once we watched what was it
The
called?
who?
Elf thing?
Oh, the elf?
Yeah.
Yeah, for Christmas.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
you gotta
watched the elf thingy for
you gotta watch
Christmas.
the elf.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we watched a thing. And we watched just on a random day with my oldest brother, and my daddy and my mommy and my other brother and me. We watched a movie that was called Horton Hears a Who.
That was a fun one, wasn't it?
Mm,
Horton Hears a Who was a great show.
that's a
Yeah.
great movie.
That was a
It's
great
really important. It's really fun when the whole family can spend the time together like that in the evenings, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I heard rumor that somebody opens your door for me. Can you tell me about that?
Once we were going to my dance place, I couldn't open the door because I had 2 cookies, and Daddy opened the door for me.
And why did daddy open the door for you?
To be a gentleman.
Because he's a gentleman, and that's what dads do, isn't it? Hey, so
Mhm.
Ellie, you listen to me. Listen to Uncle Carl here. So when it's our turn to be a mommy and a daddy, when it's your turn to pick a daddy out, we're going to make sure that daddy is somebody that opens your door. Is that right?
Yeah.
So that's what real men do, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you ever think you're have you ever thought about maybe when you grow up and have a job, maybe having a job like dad's, maybe you work with dad? Would that be kind of cool?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you could sit around and do nothing all day just like dad does, right? She's shaking her head, yeah. So
Yeah, everybody, I'd sit around, do nothing.
yeah. Yeah.
You're going to be
So
amazing in the business.
so let me ask you, what's your favorite things that daddies do?
Um, hugs and kisses and snuggling.
Mm, wow.
He snuggles with me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, you like sharks and minnows too.
Yeah.
So at night, she wants to get in the pool and we play sharks and minnows.
Um,
Who wins?
Me.
You win.
yeah.
Sometimes.
Oh.
And you.
Okay. Okay.
But let me ask you this. What's your favorite thing about mommies?
Mm.
They let me sleep in the bed. They let me have cats more than dads do. They give me kisses and snuggles, and then the one thing that's the worst, they don't get in the pool with me.
'Cause
They don't get in the pool.
She doesn't want to get her hair wet. And she did the other
Oh.
day, but doesn't want to have to shower her hair. So, hey, and listen, you'll have to hear a funny story. So there were 3 feral cats the other day, and we already have a cat and 2 dogs. And so mom was saying, sure, we can take on more cats. And I'm like, no, we're done. No more cats. They can live outside in the barn. We're not doing cats. So mommy
Yeah.
say yes. Daddy said no.
He's the only person that says no.
Oh, well, somebody's got to
Yeah.
hold the line here.
Yeah.
Who said we can have more pets?
Not me. Who feeds the pets?
Me.
What? You feed the dog and the cat?
Right now, and our sawbolt thing was empty, and I filled it up.
High five. You even put pool towels out by the pool last night all by yourself.
Yeah.
Yes. So you did it all without even being asked because we're learning responsibility, right? And every day we have to reset the house and make sure that it's back in order and put our stuff up because we want to live in order. Yeah. I know.
Yeah. Sort of.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sort of.
That's not any fun. Why do we want to
Yeah.
clean and put our clothes up?
Yeah. Well, Ellie, I really appreciate you hanging out with me here for a little bit on the podcast. So,
Yeah.
I really like the way that you mentioned what the most important thing. I didn't know what answer I was going to get when I asked that, and that's an eye opener for me. So thanks for hanging out with us today. Okay.
I love you. Hey, and I'll tell you this. Thank you, baby. Hey, Carl, the thing that's so important, I'll never forget when you and I really started building a deep friendship, probably 3.5 years ago now. That was your number one thing for me. I mean, you looked at all my mess and good and bad, and you said, brother, we got to fix this thing. Ellie was 4 or 5, and I think that's the greatest gift I've learned from you is that if family's not a priority, then why are we doing what we're doing? And it's not an easy thing, just for people that are listening, and you may just say, it's not an easy task. Everybody wants to pull on you. Everybody needs something, and we're so busy, but it's really making sure that we put family first, and then everything else can fill in around it. And so I just want you to know from the bottom of my heart, it's changing my kids' lives, who Ethan is now 12 and Lucas is 9 and Ellie's 7. And man, 3 years ago, I would have gone, my dad was a workaholic and he was a great man. That's all he knew. And so it's the greatest gift that I literally, you have been able to, it's that ripple effect you've made in my life. And because of that, I'm helping in others. And so it's so fun, man. It's not easy. It's constant. But when we're able to invest the time, stay connected, and have quality, quantity time with our kids, it just makes a difference. So
yeah, and
I'm grateful for you, man.
I think our take home message here, or for me, is how important it is to make sure we're doing focused activity during work time. We compress that time so that we can go home at 4 or 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
and that we can spend our mornings with them, having breakfast with them.
Mhm.
I meant to ask her that, but I know you guys do
Yeah.
breakfast every morning together as a family.
Yeah.
And instead of going in the office and checking emails, you're planting seeds, growing a
Yeah.
big massive oak tree, right? That's going to grow other oak
Yeah.
trees by the way. And how
Hey, and I'll tell
important
you a
it is.
gift too, like even somebody like even having an end time, we have dinner every night together.
Yeah,
And so it's really been a gift. When you have
yeah.
that start and stop time, you can make time for what's most
And
important.
you can be wildly successful at the same
Yeah.
time. That's the point
Yeah.
that we want to have here.
Yeah.
And we hesitated about putting this episode out. We kind of came up with it on the fly, and then we hesitated because look, we're not doing this to make anybody feel guilty or shame for those that have struggled with this, because we've all
Yeah.
struggled with it, right?
Yeah.
We've all struggled with it. And my message for those of you that might be like me, where perhaps we worked a lot, uh, and we weren't as focused as maybe we could have been. We weren't as effective as maybe we could have been. And the kids are all grown up, and we think it's too late. It's never too late.
That's right.
Like, it's never too late. One thing I've learned with my adult children, they never get too old to kiss and hug and
Mhm.
snuggle, as
Mhm.
your Ellie says. That spending time with them, it's never too late, right?
Yeah.
It's never too late. It can always be repaired. If that it may be for those of you that have that issue, it's never too late. And it's just learning to focus our activities on small chunks of time,
Mm.
doing very, very, very effective prospecting.
Yeah.
That's where the magic is, which then gives us the free time to go do these things. So, dude, you want to hear something really cool, man?
Yeah, I do. Of course I do.
So my grown boy,
Mm.
who's a grown man now,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
right? I think
Michael.
he's getting ready to turn 32. When did that happen?
Yeah.
Right.
Isn't that amazing?
Unbelievable. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he came over the other day, just so excited. He said, "Dad, guess what we're going to do?
What are we gonna do?
Tell
Yeah.
me."
Yeah.
He said, "We're going to ride bicycles, me and him, from Key West to Canada
Come on.
this coming spring."
Yeah.
Here's the take home message here. Now he's got a awesome lady in his life,
Yep.
right? At his age, he's got an awesome lady in his life. Likes spending time with her. So he gets, I think, 4 weeks of vacation a year.
Yeah.
So you know how long it's going to take us to ride from Key West to Canada?
4 weeks.
4 weeks. So he's
Wow.
going to spend every vacation day
Mm.
with dear old dad, and he's got a nice girlfriend, right? I mean,
Yeah.
he,
Yeah.
I certainly wouldn't blame him for saying, "Hey, Dad, we're going."
A month's
Me,
too long.
yeah, me and Adina's going off for a month. It's like,
Yeah.
brother, if I was your age and I was single, me too, right? So
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
good for you.
Yeah.
But no, he wants to hang out with Dad
Wow.
for a month.
Mm.
So I have to tell you, I took a big gulp. It's like, okay, I ride 20, 40 miles a day,
Yeah.
dude. That's about the same distance as going coast to coast, right? Going
Wow.
north to south
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
almost the same as going coast to coast. And it's like, holy cow, that's a long way,
You better get ramp
But
up your miles, my
I,
man.
I am, man. I really got real serious. I'm ramping up my miles. I'm cleaning up my diet even more.
Yeah.
And my point in talk, it's never too late,
That's right.
right?
And
It's
that'll be the
never too
adventure
late.
of a lifetime. You both will
And
remember it
and
forever.
that's like, I
Yeah.
remember me and
Yeah.
my father, we took a boat trip
Yeah.
across the state of Florida. It was only 3 days, but
Yeah.
I'll never forget that trip.
Mhm.
That just me and him, and we went on this little boat and going through the rivers across the state of Florida. Did you know, by the way, that the South Florida, by definition, is an island? That there's a river from Fort Myers, which is about 150 miles south of me.
Yeah.
There's a river that
That cuts through it. Huh.
runs through the entire state of Florida
Huh.
from one end to the other. So you can take a Coast Guard boat
Yeah.
and come in on the west side over here where I'm at, like around Fort Myers, and go all the way across to just south of Daytona
And it cuts
by
it off.
boat. So
Yeah.
by definition,
It's an
South
island.
Florida is not connected to the main Florida. A lot of people
I
didn't
didn't
know.
know that.
Anyway, it's a beautiful trip. So yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, hope you understand the vibe that we wanted this episode to portray.
Yeah.
It's never too late, and focus your time, focus your activities so that you can make these things happen. So, hey, if when you're ready for some help on how to focus your time and focus your activity,
Yeah.
when you're ready to learn how to do active lead generation, like in a
Yeah.
very short period of time, but a
Yeah.
lot of leads,
Yeah.
would love to talk to you. Mastermindretreats.com, mastermindretreats.com. We're getting ready to do a 2-day intensive boot camp, and we'd
Yeah.
love for you to be a part of it. Mastermindretreats.com.
Hey, let me just say one thing about that real quick. The importance of the mastermind retreat, the boot camp, is, Carl, what it usually takes people about 6 months on average to implement and consume and work through, you get in 2 days. So somebody who says, I need to get there faster, I want to get there faster, I want to get freedom faster, help me. A 2-day intensive is such a great way to do it, because you're walking away with something to implement immediately that otherwise on average takes about 6 months to implement. So if you're able to go, it would be a great investment of your time.
You know, the one thing
Yeah.
I really like about these 2-day boot camps,
Yeah.
it's what I call guaranteed consumption.
There you go. Yeah.
That I could send you the recordings that you may or may not watch, but
Yeah.
when your butt, because we've all done that, right? Me
Yeah.
too. But when your butt is sitting in a chair
Mhm.
for 8 hours each day and going over step by step, here, do this, do that,
Yeah.
and we help you learn how to generate leads, how to convert more of those leads, and how to get more loans from the loans that you're already doing.
Yeah.
Learning how to market to your past database, and learning how to do a lot of this stuff automatically, like what technology is now in place that
Mhm.
automates a lot of parts of this. Mastermindretreats.com would love to talk to you. So, hey man, thanks for bringing Ellie on.
Oh yeah.
I
She's so
that
sweet,
was
man.
that was just precious. So good. Hey, by the way, Steve, well done.
I
Good for you,
appreciate you,
man.
man.
Well done.
And you
Well
mean the
done.
world, man.
Yeah.
It's a gift.
Well
Thank you.
done. Yeah, and I know your two boys, same thing. You know, just
Yeah.
well done, and obviously, Stephanie, your wonderful bride. Boy, just what an incredible lady. Just really, you know, yeah, brother,
Remarkable.
you're gifted, man. You are gifted. That you landed her, it tells me enough about your sales
Talk about that
activity.
silver tongue. That
Yeah,
boy.
that sales activity. Yeah, you're no, you know, I say that tongue in cheek. So,
I know you do.
so great stuff. Hey,
All right.
appreciate you. Hey, thanks for listening into this podcast. Anybody you think would benefit from this,
Mhm.
little different, but please forward it to your friends. It's
Mhm.
never too late, and
That's
we'd
right.
love to help you. Mastermindretreats.com. See you on the inside. Bye.
See ya.